Hey ladies! So I want to make a really quick video just to kind of recap what we talked about in our Team Cup call last night and even a touch on Amanda's team call. So especially for Gina, because I know you couldn't make the call and we did miss you. It was kind of all over the place. Caleb wound up getting sick last night. And that was why I didn't really realize at the time that he was having trouble going to sleep and he was screaming in his room. And I had to put the phone down and let Kristen run it for a few minutes. But that was great because she was talking to everybody about something Amanda mentioned in her call that we're going to be getting up the Can't Stop, Won't Stop fitness page. Really big and running to plug all of our past challengers in there. I know you and Kristen do your own one like that, but that's going to alleviate so much time and even money that a lot of us coaches have been spending in these groups over and over and over again on the same people. So I think that's going to take one big thing off of our plates. We were kind of talking in the team call with Amanda about team time management and getting organized in ways that we can all work smarter and not harder. So definitely give that call. Listen to anybody who didn't make Amanda's call. And I had a meeting with her yesterday, and for like 2 hours, she showed me the ins and outs of like her computer and her systems and the way she does things. So I'm going to try to make a video sometime about that. But she did touch on a lot of it in our team call. So that will be very helpful for anyone who's kind of struggling with organization and feeling like they're losing time in that aspect. And then as far as our team goes, obviously I said last night at the end of the team call, but I know Gina, you missed that there, I would feel like we need a new strategy for Team Cup. So this is my first time. So just extend a little bit of grace if you would, because I, did some research going into it and thought, hey, we're just going to hit the pavement hard. We're going to set these big goals. We're going to have this high energy. I'm going to post every day. We're going to do these great accountability posts. But honestly, I feel like we all hit the ground running kind of too hard. And most of us were feeling burnt out last week, and we were trying to send out maybe more cold invites or things that maybe just aren't normally us. And it's good to try different things. I think it's really good. But if you don't feel like it's working for you, or it's just not really making you happy, and it's not something that feels like it's just stretching you a little bit, but maybe it's just completely wrong, then I don't think that's anything that you want to be doing. So I know that I told the girls last night, I feel like I was just like copying and pasting, sending out bunches of messages at a time, just, trying to get that challenge pack sale, almost more than thinking about the person I was messaging, and just being present to that message and leading with my heart. And that's not normally me. And it was shifting into that this past week. And it's no wonder that I'm still sitting at Success Club 2, which is one of my first starts to the month that I've had yet. And nowhere where I even want to be in a normal month, let alone Team Cup. So that tells me I was doing something not right. And so I also feel like I was working harder, longer hours all day, all night, wearing myself into the ground. And I think that's why I got sick. And then I literally almost even thought about tossing in the towel this week. I know Kristen had a moment like that. I think we've all just kind of been struggling. So when Amanda said Team Cup is supposed to be fun, I was like, man, we need to change this. So I think that even if we don't come close to hitting our goals this month, that the main thing that I hope we all see is that we kind of grow in different ways in our businesses. And I think personally, like, I've already taken a lot away from this. Just having you girls to talk with and check in with has given me more accountability as a coach every day. Sometimes when there's a push to Emerald or a push to Diamond or whatever group, you get a little bit of that. But I feel like I'm getting to know you ladies better. I feel like we're helping each other more with our struggles. And I know some of my coaches are coming to me more, but hopefully you're interacting with your success partners too, and just reaching out and being like, hey, how's it going? Are you struggling with anything? Do you need my opinion on anything? I know Casual was saying yesterday that she is getting a lot of money objections kind of over and over again. And I said, well, hey, throw your script up on the page. Let us see an example of one of those messages. And maybe we can all look at it and say, hey, it might be just one word that maybe one of us would change that she might try. And it might make all the difference in the world. You just never know how someone else is going to hear something. And I also want to do that with a couple of my scripts, because I've been loving all the different feedback. I've been loving some of the things Gina's been saying that I never would have thought about, like about a Shakeology challenge and how it's actually, I was thinking it might get people who aren't on it curious about it. And she was saying, well, it could make people feel left out. And I just never, it's so great to think about things outside of yourself, because there's so many people out there that are going to think about it differently than you, and your customers or potential clients might think of it differently than you would. So that's really been something that I feel like I've already been growing from, and like what Kristen and Gina have done differently with their point system is just going to be so much easier and less time consuming that I was spending. So I'm so grateful for that. So I really am already thinking I'm taking a lot from this month, and from getting that overwhelmed, I took a lot from that. I needed to hit that point to really see that I was getting far off track, and to recommit to why I started, and to exactly what Kristen tossed out a great idea to do last night, which is actually to refocus, not necessarily even on our goals for this month at all, so much as our why, and then like who we want to be as we're reaching that, as we're working out of that place of that why, like who you want to be in the process as a coach. And and what it is you're willing and not willing to do. So it's great to sacrifice things, TV time, Facebook scrolling time, whatever. But when you're taking away time from your husband and your kids, and a lot of other things are giving way for you to do this, I don't think that that's right or where we want to be. And I think we're usually in a fast track to a burnout. So last night we talked about, Kristen made a great. I said I wanted to post this morning with like a new strategy. And Kristen raised her hand and was like, "Well, I have a great idea. Why don't we just make some rules up that we're going to hold each other accountable for, of things like we're not going to do or that we are going to do for the rest of this month and in our businesses in general." And I know Kristen was going to set some times that she was going to work in and not work outside of them. I know I've been wasting a lot of time checking in randomly on my phone. I see the notifications and I click on them and I start commenting. But all of those little bits of time add up to more than I would have spent if I just check in with my challengers in the morning and again at night. And if we're all doing that at different times, or if I peek in on nap time for a little bit in three shorter periods, it's going to be way less when you add it up than if I just keep checking in throughout the day. You lose a lot of time that way and just get pulled in. And Amanda was talking about a lot, like you don't want to be what did she say, a short order cook. People can always instantly get you, and you're just, you don't want to come off to your coaches or prospective coaches like you're working all the time, and you don't want people to think they can get at you 24/7, because this isn't what that's supposed to be. Like, we signed up so we can have like a better quality of life and be home with our kids, not so that we can be working 24/7. So I started to do that. I think a lot of you did, and I'm done, like donezo. So I made up my list and I just posted it. I saw Kristen posted hers before I even got mine up, and they are great. So I hope, Gina, that you'll take some time to make a couple of to really think of some things that you really want to make sure that you stick to in your business. Maybe something wasn't working last week and you're like, I don't want to do that anymore. Or, for me, I'm finding it hard to set business hours. I'm a stay-at-home mom. This morning, Caleb woke up at like 7 o'clock, ready to go for the day. He was up a lot overnight because he's got some kind of cold starting. Okay, bud. And so that didn't work. And then my husband went to the gym. And anyways, when he came back, he had an interview he had to go to that he doesn't normally have. Caleb woke up early from his nap, and I didn't get time to work yet today. So my husband's going to hang out with him tonight for like an hour just so I can do a power hour. But so I don't feel like I can plan my days very well. But what I can do is say, like, I'm not going to spend more than, this amount of hours, or I'm not going to do my business until I get these things done first. So even with my day being completely chaotic today, I feel a million times better. I don't feel like, oh, I have to keep checking, and I'm not getting into a fight with my husband telling him like, well, you need to take Caleb so I can do this, and all the things that were going on here before. I'm not doing them today because I put my priorities first. I spent my time with the Lord first. It was one of the most relaxing, spiritually uplifting times that I've had in the longest time. I sat outside and I just sat with him for a long time. And for me, that was so much needed. And I cried a lot. I took a lot from it, but it was really releasing and cathartic, and it was great. And so then I did my personal development, and I vowed that I'm going to do that first from now on, before I reach out to people in Power Hour. If I have to check in with my challengers or throw up a post or two, that's fine. But I'm not going to actually work for the day until I've done those things first. And I already feel so much better. It's helping me just go with today and go with the kinks and the things that haven't worked out as I thought, so much easier than before. So anyways, this video that I intended to make a 3 to 4 minute video was already at 8 minutes. So no surprise there. So I don't want to hold up anybody any longer, but I hope that, Gina, that will be a good thing you can do to make kind of a new strategy for the rest of the month, that maybe you'll just continue on with that. Like, I hope we all will. Things kind of like our non-negotiables in this business. Like, I'm not going to do this anymore, or I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to stay up past this point in time, whatever it is that works for you. And so I'm looking forward to seeing your lists, encouraging each other. And if there's anybody that has anything that they want questions or feedback on, just throw it up on the page. And I hope everybody has a great day. And I'm looking forward to starting to have some more fun. Maybe we can even think of some fun daily challenges that we can do in here as coaches. Like send one wacky message to somebody out of the blue, or something that's about, I don't know, like maybe we can think of some stuff. Kristen, you're good at that. So maybe you can hop on that, girl. But I hope everybody does have a great day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Love you.